I alluded to something like this about 2 years ago because um, I felt that I was incredibly absent as a parent during Eagles games. Um, Much like 2020, I think it was 2020, when I announced that my wife was pregnant with our first child. Well, we're having another one. Um, and one of the things that I've really reflected on over the past few years is the fact that whenever the Eagles are playing, I'm just an absent parent. And I really wanted the Eagles to win today so that I didn't have to talk about this after a loss. Because you know what everyone's going to say. Like, people are going to say, like, oh, you're a quitter. You quit on your team. I mean, like, I know I would say something like that if someone had made this in the past. But I I don't even know if I'm gonna watch any games next year. I really don't. I kind of learned that I have an addiction, and I know that a lot of other people who are football fans have an addiction too. I've spent almost as much time making videos on YouTube supporting the Philadelphia Eagles than I have like not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started doing this when I was like 17 years old for fun. I started becoming an Eagles fan, what I thought was for fun, but it has to be for like another reason, right? Um, I told my wife after the Eagles won the Super Bowl like 6 years ago that I wasn't gonna be as crazy, that I was gonna be like normal, that I didn't have to watch every single game, and I wasn't gonna get into it. Um, but I wasn't able to do that. And I learned that through my addiction, that if the Eagles are playing and I'm not watching the game, I feel so incredibly sick. I feel sick to my stomach. Like, I can't eat anything, I can't drink anything. But when I watch the games, my heart rate will get up to 140, and I will have 180 exercise minutes over the span of 3 hours. That's just unsafe. Okay, that number one, like the health concern, that's just unsafe. So, like, what I need to do is I need to learn how to do something else with my time during. Like, here's the thing, dude. Like, I bought so much Eagles merchandise. I've watched, I don't even know how many Eagles, like, from 1995 all the way to now. How many Eagles games is that? That's a lot, and I've only missed like four. I've only missed four games. Um, I guess what started as a way to cope with my parents' divorce, um, turned into an addiction. Like, my my parents weren't absent, but I wish that my father had been around more. But when the Eagles are playing, I can't, and I'm at home and I'm watching I can't be anywhere else. I stare at the screen. I like think like a nuke could go off in the background, and I just be like it's it's not good. It's horrendous. And I know what people are gonna say. Oh, you're just doing this because the Eagles are losing, dude. I can watch a train wreck, dude. I almost watched that whole game, like the third and the like most of the third and most of the fourth quarter. I watched that whole game. I watched us get beat to death by the New York Giants. That's how addicted I am. And the thing is, it's not fair. It's not fair to my current child. It's not fair to my wife, and it's not fair to my future child. So I've kind of made the decision that, I'm going to end out the season cuz I ain't no quitter. I ain't no quitter. But I am going to take a break I'm going to take a break until I can get my addiction under control. You know, this isn't like a, drugs or alcohol kind of thing, right? But it is a vice, and I need to get it under control. I'm going to be honest, right? I have not enjoyed watching a Philadelphia Eagles game in maybe 12 years. I haven't enjoyed it. My whole week has to do with the Eagles routine. I do things that I did the last week in order to, maybe good juju, maybe some good luck. And it takes a toll on me. I haven't been taking care of myself because of this. What I put in my body, what I do, what I don't do, it needs to change. And look, there are a lot of people's videos out there that I have not watched because in my mind, it's like bad luck. It's like a religious thing. It's like, if I watch this, the Eagles will lose. It's one of those things. And it's not fair to those people. It's not fair to people like Wolfen CT. Wolfen CT. Watch his podcast, okay? He links his stuff in my videos all the time. You need to watch it. That's something you need to watch. That's a person that you need to watch. Because he's been nothing, even though we don't agree on everything in this world, that's a guy that at least respects me. Okay? Watches all my stuff, has been watching my stuff for over a decade. Phil Talk Sports, Charger Dude 95, watch their stuff. Their stuff is so good. They deserve more views on here than a lot of other people get. Philly Jim. I don't know what podcast he does, but Philly Jim. Watch Philly Jim and whatever the heck Philly Jim does, because he's dynamic, right? I know, some people might be like, oh, nobody watches your stuff anymore. Okay, that's fine. I know. A dying YouTube channel. Been that way for a while. I want to do the things that I love to do. Okay, I want to do the projects that I love to do. And not be worried about the Philadelphia Eagles. For once in my life, I just want to do stuff for myself. Okay? Again, I will always be a fan. Moving forward, the next 5 years, I might not be able to watch games. And I know that if I start a game, I have to end it. So there's going to have to be times where I'm going to have to control myself. I need to get my mind right. I need to be able to watch the team play like they're not my team and be able to enjoy it, win or lose. It's just something that I have to do for myself. And again, I wanted to do that, say this after a win, because it always sounds better like that, but this is going to be the last podcast for a while. I love doing the BTFL. I love doing the BTFL. I love the Tecmo stuff, the simulation stuff. I love doing that. That's amazing. Coming out with a new one soon. Rick 8-Bit? He's creating the ROM that I'm doing because I don't know how to create. I don't have the technical capabilities of creating it. He's creating that for me. And he's doing it for free. Dude makes some of the best Tecmo simulation videos. He made one for the XFL. Dude's off the hook, dude. Subscribe to this dude. This dude is amazing. Rick 8-Bit. He's great. Does a whole bunch of cool things. He's a cool guy. Okay? But I need to get my mind right, guys. I really do. I know other people out there are suffering from the same addiction that I am. And even though it's not a gambling addiction and it's not a drug addiction, it's not an alcohol addiction, it still hurts you and it still hurts the people around you. So if this video isn't out there to tell people, how great of a guy I am for doing this, I want to inspire people to try to do the same thing. If you're suffering from the same addiction and you're because I don't want to be an absent parent. It's not fair. It's not fair. But I am absent when the Eagles play, and it just can't happen. So for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be taking a break. I'm going to be taking a break because I know that if I start the game, I need to end it. And man, I'm all about watching to the end. That's what I did today. I watched to the end. But I need to do this for myself. And again, for the people who I've said the same thing about, or I said negative things about for coming out and doing this, again, it's not because of the losing. I can take losing, right? It's about the physical response that I have and how I'm needed by more people now. Okay?